still keep the key to a house that no longer belongs to me. Sometimes, I drive past the old street where my house once stood. That house was sold 15 years ago. I used to think my marriage was not perfect, but stable enough. We met through relatives, at an age when everyone said we were already late to get married. My husband was an ordinary office worker. No special hobbies. Every day, he went to work, came home, watched television, read newspapers or books. He rarely went drinking or socialized like other husbands. Quiet. That was the kind of man he was. We didn't argue much, mostly because there was not much conversation to begin with. Every day was the same. Asking what he wanted for dinner, talking about the children, discussing bills and grocery prices. Most of the time, I spoke and he listened. He rarely had opinions of his own. It was not a romantic marriage. No roses. No anniversaries. Just regular meals, bills paid on time, and 2 children growing up without lacking anything. Sometimes, my children quietly asked me, "Does Dad not like us? Why doesn't he take us out? Why doesn't he hug us like other fathers do?" My heart always stopped for a moment. I would tell them, "Your father is just tired. You don't know how hard he works so we can live like this. He has sacrificed a lot for us. He simply doesn't know how to talk about it. Please try to understand him." Back then, I truly believed that was enough. I had a home, a stable life. My husband was simply a quiet man. Until one day, he said, "I'm tired." Not tired because of illness, tired of a life he said he had never truly chosen. He left after 32 years of marriage. There was no other woman, no betrayal, just a man who wanted to finally start living at the age of 55. There were no lawsuits, no arguments over money. He almost left with nothing, even our children. I stayed in that house for 2 more years. The kitchen remained the same. The chair where he used to sit and watch television was still there. Even the coat hook he always hung crookedly. I never fixed it. I thought if I kept everything untouched, maybe one day he would come back, even though I knew he never would. Eventually, I sold the house. When I signed the papers, my hands shook. I didn't cry. It only felt as if I had erased 30 years of my life with my own hands. The day I moved out, I kept only one thing: the house key. I don't know why I did it. Maybe because I was afraid that if I threw it away, I would lose the last proof that I had once belonged somewhere. My children are grown now. They have lives of their own. I live in a small apartment. 1 bedroom, a narrow balcony. 1 grow a few pots of lavender. I work part-time at a library. It is quiet work. I like the smell of old books. Many people think a woman abandoned at my age would fall apart, but I didn't. I simply changed and looked back differently. Did I know my husband didn't truly love me? Of course I did. But back then, I didn't think love mattered that much. As long as there was respect, as long as life stayed peaceful, I thought it was enough. I also knew he carried wounds inside himself. I once tried to step into his heart and help him through them, but I failed. I could never truly reach him. Not me, not even our children. I was hurt because he left me. But he also endured and fulfilled his responsibilities for more than 30 years. So what right do I have to hate him? Perhaps I was part of the reason he became wounded too, wasn't I? One afternoon, I stood in front of the old house again. The new family had painted the door light blue. There was a wind chime hanging on the porch. I could hear children running in the yard. I stood across the street, gripping the old key tightly inside my pocket. It no longer opened that door. That house had already become someone else's home. I do not hate my former husband, and I no longer blame myself either. Now, I keep the old key inside the drawer beside my bed, not because I'm waiting for anything, but because it reminds me that I once had a home. My name is Margaret Holloway. I no longer keep the old house, only myself, and perhaps that is enough to open a new future too.